Hello, everybody. Just waiting on a few people to jump on as usual. So just give it a little bit. So today, talking about deeper levels of surrender and God. It's amazing how you'll think that you're surrendered to God, and then come to find out there's even a deeper level of surrender to go to. And it's where I find myself today, and I wonder if many of you all find yourselves in that same place today, in which you are coming to even a deeper understanding of what it means for you to surrender to God. So even in this video, right, I have another live that God wants me to do afterwards, and I'll check with him afterwards to see if it's still his will. But it's to continue on in the story of Joseph. So hang tight and we'll bring it back around as the Lord wills to do that second live. But I even wanted to do that one because I felt more confident in that one, because I get the gist of it. Like, I got it. I got a handle on just what it is that the Lord wants to explore, and then I can just let him go. So before I got ready to start, he was like, "No, I want you to do this one on surrender." So okay. So then, before we get ready to start, he asked me, he says, "You would rather do it on Joseph, wouldn't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "Why?" "Because I feel more confident in that one." And he said, "Am I calling you to do what you feel confident in? Or are you supposed to do what it is that I'm asking you to do and just trust me?" I've mentioned that because this has been the story for me for a while lately, but even more intensely as of late, and maybe what has been going on with you, and may help you in many ways. Hey, Mater Green. And that there may be a lot going on within you, around you, that may seem even tumultuous, even to the point to where it is beyond what is considered to be normal. There may be a lot of shifting going on. There may be a lot of unfavorable activity going on. There may be a lot of instructions that may not make sense to you, that are definitely out of alignment with anything that you would actually do in real life. You may be having challenges and difficulty. There may be much coming in, and you can really get caught up in it all. You could really be on a level where you're like, I don't even know, is this spiritual warfare? Is this testing? Is trying? Is it another test? Is it something that now I gotta, just push through to overcome? Or is it something I'm supposed to lay down and walk away from? Is this God? Is this my soul? Am I supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to be resting? Am I supposed to be sitting? And that can get you all spun up and feeling angst and anxiety and worry and concern. And even if not all that, just a hyper focus on the whirlwind that's occurring around you. But what God is showing me day by day is that none of that matters when you just release it all over to God. I've gotten to a point, I'm telling you, and this is not perfect, but I'm moving further and further into it every day. Gosh. And I get it. I get it. Like, I understand it. It's wild. It's just like today I just caught the revelation. I just got it. When you're surrendered, when you really die to yourself, none of it matters. Is God has weaned many of us off of our yearly bread, off of our monthly bread, and it has got us to focus really on daily bread. But now it's even more so, not just on the daily bread, but what I provide moment to moment. Just follow me step by step. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what you believe it's going to amount to. It doesn't matter what you believe is going to be the outcome. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter what you believe is going to happen tomorrow. It doesn't matter what's going on all around you. What am I asking you to do in the step? Can you trust me in the step? These steps that I have ordered for you, these steps that are ordered by God, can you trust them? Can you not look beyond the steps and just take the step that I'm asking you to take? It's interesting because even today, there was just all day long stuff that was occurring. And I had to just go away. I just had to release it and just say, okay, God, I believe it's you. And because I believe it's you, I'm just going to move with you. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be part of my routine. It doesn't have to be part of my habit. It doesn't have to be part of my schedule. It doesn't have to make sense to me. I'm just going to do it. Yesterday, the same thing happened. The same thing happened. The same thing happened the day before that, the day before that, the day before that. I was in my devotion time yesterday. In the middle of devotion, he's like, go make a video. I'm like, God is stopping me to go make a video? Sounds like Satan to me. You want to stop my prayer time? Like I'm in the midst, I'm mid-prayer. Go make a video. You know what, God? My sheep know my voice and that they will not follow. I believe that this is you. I'm going to follow you no matter what it looks like. And I had a deep revelation on something that wasn't even on my radar. That's why you saw me in tears yesterday, because I had completely moved beyond a situation. I didn't even, it wasn't even something that was there at the forefront, or so I thought. But in the midst of, he's like, here's the revelation, here it is. And I'm learning each day just to trust him more and more. Things that he's asking me to do as far as financial decisions and these faith moves. I'm like, it could be the devourer. It could be the enemy that's seeking to just get me to be wasteful with money and do this and do that. And it's just so many things that I've been asked to do. It's so many things that have not been favorable either. I'm trying to do different things. They're not working out. That could be spiritual warfare. That could be God that's telling me to not do something, to do something different. Do I be still? Do I go? Do I move? What is it? And I had to drop it all, especially today. Especially today. each moment I've had to surrender it to God and just be like, God, have your way. And today it was really a highlight because I'm like, you know what? I got to give my whole life to you, God. Like it's all yours. It's all yours because if I continue to go in my ways and do what I think should be done and travel down familiar roads, I'll just end up in the same destination. And I don't want to end up going down the same roads that I've already been down before. If I want to if I want to experience the new, like I have to be willing to step inside the new. I got to be willing to, and it's going to be uncomfortable. I got to step into the unknown. I got to embrace another rationale, another logic, another different way of thinking, of doing things. And it's going to be uncomfortable. But I just didn't realize how much I was still in control. I thought I just surrendered it all. But I realized there are many ways in which I still am in control. There still are ways in which I drive, in which I second guess, in which I doubt, in which I hesitate. And why? What is the sense in that? What is the sense in still filtering through your own understanding and still living in the ways that are known to you? And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It's just like, God, I gotta let you lead. I gotta let it all go. So what if I don't have a dollar to my name? So what if my reputation is trash? So what if I look crazy? So what if today I have nothing to eat? You'll nourish me. And I just felt myself like dissolving today. Like with every questionable instruction, with every move, I just felt myself almost like, it's a weird feeling, like vaporizing, just like going away. It's about to get interesting. I just felt myself like understanding and what God wanted. It was really less of me and more of Him. It really was. The more of this week, I've just been letting go and just being like, okay, God. Okay, God. Okay, God. He has been speaking to me more and more. Not to where I can perceive it as intuition, gut, wisdom. Hey, I'm seeking for the best choice. No, Jennifer, do this. Now, Jennifer, do that. Now, Jennifer, do this. Okay, Jennifer, do this. He has increased so much within my very being in His instruction. And I have become less. This isn't perfected. But He's driving. And the only way I could have gotten to that point is by being shifted, being moved, being tried, and having this sense of where my own sense of control was getting me into this place of torment. My own thinking, my own overthinking, the thoughts of all this stuff is just used as a tool to get me to let go. Just let go. I understand Paul now, and I believe it's Galatians, how he was like, I tried to do it all, but none of it worked. I just realized it's not even an effort to even please God anymore and just to be validated by God. I'm His. I'm His. Like there's this final acceptance, like I truly am God's. I am His. I belong to Him. Like the striving, the efforting is no more. I just trust God. I trust God's plan for me. I trust God's steps for me. I have actually ran my life long enough and I've ran it into the ground on more than one occasion. Let us see what God can do. And it's this understanding of how we were meant to live. Like we weren't meant to live to try to figure things out and to strive and to struggle and to try to second guess, oh, I hope I made the right decision. It's like, nah. I don't even need you to get to the point where you're just stressed out about the step and you're just like, okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? Are we together? Nah. We just are in communion with one another. And in communion with one another, I don't even have to speak anymore. We're so connected, you know what to do. And you trust that because we are one, the answer is within. You know, and you can just move. There's no more angst, there's no more worry, there's no more Gideon, give me a sign, give me another sign. There's just, I trust in God. I trust in my God. There's such a rest. There's such a peace in that. And that's the way how we were supposed to live. I want to see if I can find this scripture because right now it's coming to mind. And it's one of my favorite scriptures. I say that about all of them. But it's Matthew 11:28, and it says, come to me all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I will give you rest. I will give you rest. My burden is light. My yoke is easy. But it takes a level of surrender to enter into that rest, to enter into that peace. And sometimes when you think about it, it's interesting because most of that stuff don't even matter to you. You've laid it all down before the Father. And you've said, whatever you will for it to be done, let it be so. But what continues to bring you back to this place of worry and anxiety and concern and doubt and control? That flesh wants to live. It has a survival mechanism that it does not want to be crucified. And it's going to fight and kick and buck against God. But again, this is the mind. This is the ego. This is the pride. This is the no, I know. And sometimes you can think that you know better than God, and that's just not the case. It just means a different level of surrender, a deeper level of surrender. It's interesting because what God was showing me earlier today is like we both can't drive at the same time. I can't drive and you drive at the same time. It does not work. You have to relinquish control and let me drive. So I'm going to keep shaking things up until you kindly let go and just say, okay. And when I say you do, that's step one. I say you do. I say you do. I say, and then Abraham went. I said, and then Noah went. I tell you what to do and you do it. And then pretty soon we can get to the point where I don't have to keep telling you what to do. You know what to do because we're one. But we can't even get past the fact that I tell you to do it and you do it. You still believe, come on, your ways are higher than my ways. You still believe that your thoughts are higher than my thoughts. When will you trust me? You're trying to still hold on to everything. You're trying to hold on to your money. You're trying to hold on to your time. You're trying to hold on to your vision. You're trying to hold on to your expectation of how your relationship should be, your ministry should be, on how your plans and purposes should be, and how they should unfold. You keep trying to hold on, and I'm trying to say let go. If you keep trying to hold on, you don't understand. In your hands, what could be produced, what could be manifested is restricted. It is limited to the very shape of your hands. It will conform to your human grip that you have on it. I'm trying to let you go so what you birth is limitless. It falls into the expanse of everything. It is eternal. It is timeless. It's something that can't even be touched. It can't even be fathomed. Woo! What I want to do with you, how I want to create through you, they won't be able to catch up with in this lifetime, in this generation. It'll take a few generations after you to be able to fully apprehend what it is that you've done, and even still, they'll be at a loss. What I want you to do will unfold and unfold and unfold and evolve for generations to come. Can you build like that? Can you create like that? Can you move like that? The unending manifestation of what is produced? Show me how. You see what I want to do with you? It ain't about you. It ain't just about just seven. That was getting so good, was it not? I felt I felt my help coming. I am on 1% right now. Uh, didn't charge my computer apparently, my iPad. So I am going to just lay down and rest underneath this tree for a little bit. I do have a charger with me, so I'm just gonna allow it to charge up for a little bit and just to be able to enjoy just being in this fresh air under the sun. And then as God leads and my iPad gets charged a little bit more, I'll be back on. So my apologies again. I'm like I'm at a struggle 1% right now on my iPad. So let me give it a second to charge. I assume because it was plugged in, it would just be able to catch up. But I don't want it to go down again. So let's give it a minute so that I can go ahead and charge back up. I'm just gonna lay down and get some fresh air and relax in the Lord for a little bit, and then I'll be back on as soon as it finishes charging and the Lord leads. Talk soon.